I would tell young girls now to go and be anything you can be. You want to be a fighter pilot, you want to command a Navy ship, you want to go in a submarine, all options are open, and that means that you could be a 4-star general. They're at the tables where you're changing the policies, where you're sitting down in the Pentagon, telling them what the policy should be, how women should be treated equal. Now that we have people at the table with the voice, it's gotten better, and as more women and more voices are heard, policies change, and that's what makes it change. The glass ceilings are all shattered, and women can do anything. So I thank the women that came before me, and I talk to women that are in ROTC. They don't see themselves as any different as a male. They just consider themselves as a service member, and they want to do the best job in whatever job the military needs them to do, and that's exciting. I will tell you the coolest thing about the military, you will build kinships and bonds with people from all walks of life. Oh, Vietnam. And it was getting to know those soldiers that I realized I wanted to serve them, that I knew them and I could help them and I could advocate for them and I could take care of them.
Whenever you need me.
Whatever they need. So the day that they raise their right hand to support and defend the Constitution of the United States until we give them their last funeral honors and take care of their families, we want to make sure whatever that veteran needs, he receives or she receives.
Well, if you are a veteran, General Weigel wants you to know that you can reach out to PA Vet Connect to get in touch with providers of programs and services from temporary housing to medical care. Our Veterans series continues tomorrow night right here on Fox 43 at 10 p.m.
Well, one final look at the forecast. All eyes are going to be on Friday into Saturday. We are dry Wednesday. Clouds increase Thursday as we continue to watch Tropical Storm Nicole. Most of Pennsylvania, of course, in the forecast cone. Will be receiving rain on Friday morning through Saturday morning. So stay up to date with details on that as we get closer to time. Otherwise, the remainder of the 7-day forecast, 58 for your Wednesday, warming ahead of it in the mid to upper 60s Thursday and Friday. Cooling on Saturday, upper 30s as we head out the door Sunday morning. For the first time, wind chill might become a factor Sunday and into Monday. Morning lows back into the upper 20s, highs in the 40s, not just for Monday and Tuesday, but looking potentially for all of next week. Amy and Evan.
All right, Braden, thank you so much. And as we head into the 11 o'clock hour, we want to give you the updated look at the results from all around Pennsylvania that are still being tallied.
Yeah, Doug Mastriano and Josh Shapiro going head-to-head to become the Commonwealth's next governor. And we're going to take a look at those boards right now. With 66% of the precincts reporting, Josh Shapiro's leading Doug Mastriano with 55% of the vote over Doug Mastriano's 43%.
As we head to the U.S. Senate race for the opening U.S. Senate seat being left by Republican Pat Toomey. This is with 67% of the precincts reporting, and it is a very tight race. John Fetterman with 50% of the vote, Mehmet Oz with 48%, and again, the margin continues to squeeze little by little, getting tighter and tighter as the votes continue to be counted across Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we want to take another look right now as they continue to roll in from around the state. Here where things stand for candidates to take the U.S. House seats in our area. A look at the 9th Congressional District, if we can. Now, this district actually covers a good chunk of northeastern Pennsylvania and only Lebanon County. And incumbent Republican Dan Muser is seeking his 3rd term in Congress against Democratic challenger Amanda Waldman, a financial rep in the Medicare industry. And it looks like with about 60% of the precincts reporting almost, Dan Muser is winning with 69% of the vote.
And of course, we're going to continue to take a look at congressional seats as the Republican Party hopes to gain some in there. And this is now looking at the 10th congressional seat. 62% of the precincts reporting. This covers portions of York and Cumberland counties. The race, of course, between Republican incumbent Congressman Scott Perry, who's seeking a 6th term in Congress. He's facing Democrat Shemaine Daniels, a lawyer and Harrisburg City Councilwoman. 62% of precincts reporting. Daniels with a 52 to 48% lead over Scott Perry at this hour.
And here are the results right now for the 11th Congressional District, covering portions of Lancaster and York counties. This race is between Republican incumbent Lloyd Smucker, who is seeking his 4th term, and Democrat Robert Hollister, the former superintendent of the Lancaster School District in Lancaster County.
Couple of state races that we're watching as well. This is the Pennsylvania 28th Senate District seat, currently held by Kristen Phillips Hill, the incumbent, facing Democratic challenger Judith Higgins. 51% of precincts reporting. Phillips Hill with a comfortable 61 to 39% lead at this hour. The Pennsylvania 30th Senate District. This is between incumbent Judith Ward and Carol Taylor. This is still early, 26% precincts reporting, and Ward with 70% of the vote compared to Taylor with 30% at this hour.
All right, taking a look at the 34th Senate race in PA, Greg Rothman right now is winning over Jim Massey with 68% of the vote over 32%. And I believe we have one more. One more here. This is the PA 48th Senate seat. The incumbent, Chris Gebhardt, with 70%, currently the winner, with about 17% of precincts reporting. Calvin Clements with 30% of the votes.
Of course, a number of State House contests are being run through tonight. We're going to start with Pennsylvania House 41. Incumbent Brent Miller beating Fabian Asia. This is with 94%, I should say, the precincts reporting. And of course, the incumbent with a huge margin, 79% to 21%. Heading now to Pennsylvania House District 49. Ishmael Smith-Waddell with 63% over Ann Rivers. This is with 97% of the precincts reporting as well at this hour.
And as we look at the PA House 81st seat, this is with 13% of the precincts reporting. Incumbent Richard Irvin is looking like the winner with 85% of the votes over 15%. And the PA House 87th seat, Thomas Cutts against Crystal Markle. Looks like 68% of the vote goes to Thomas Cutts right now, with, of course, not all of the numbers counted right now.
Yeah, we're going to continue to watch the numbers. They'll be updated at the bottom of your screen as we continue tonight. We want to check in with Fox 43 Sean Stryker. He's been following the campaigns out in Montgomery County, and he's got the latest on where things stand at this hour.
Yeah, well, Josh Shapiro arrived here on the scene about 15-20 minutes ago. Of course, the crowd erupted, giving him a loud round of applause. They've just done the mic check, so we're expecting him to speak any minute now. Of course, the crowd here, they're watching all the races across the country very closely as winners are called. If they're Democrats, of course, they are giving them a big cheer as well. But the anticipation is high. The confidence level is high here in Montgomery County for this Josh Shapiro race. Everybody's waiting for him to take the stage to speak. He was making his way through the crowd, greeting some of his supporters. Of course, it looks like he's kind of gearing up to take the stage. They said that would happen around 11 p.m. Of course, it's a little bit after 11 now. He's been here for about 15-20 minutes. Hey, as soon as he takes the stage, we're going to let you know. We want to hear what he is going to say live in Montgomery County. I'm Sean Stryker.
Sean, thank you. You can obviously expect more election results all night long on FOX43.com.
Yeah, we're going to follow each race as the votes do continue to come in, county by county. Of course, that includes the race for the U.S. Senate seat here in Pennsylvania. As we've been telling you, it's going to be critical in determining the balance of power in Washington. Right now, John Fetterman, Mehmet Oz separated by just 2 percentage points. Fetterman with 50% of the vote. Oz right now with a little over 48. We'll continue to update those numbers as they come in on FOX43.com. And as we mentioned, we're also going to check in with Josh Shapiro as we expect him to speak. And when he does so, we'll be taking that to you live. And that's going to do it for this edition of Fox 43 News at 10.
Make sure you join the morning team starting at 4 a.m. for any overnight developments, including the latest on the vote count and how long it could take before the results are actually certified.
We may see you a little later. Until then, have a good night.